I love the song. Exactly.
I know, right? 100%.
This is the motion of the night, man. Holy crap. The rain. The rain. What's up, everybody? I'm Allie Burns from Picks and Parlays. This is Detroit Lenny, and you're watching Morning Wood right here on the Max Wagers Network, brought to you, of course, by BetMGM. Up to $1,000 and a risk-free first bet for all new accounts signing up with BetMGM. Use that promo code MORNING to get yourself all hooked up. Or just check out the description of the video and click on the link. If you guys are looking for premium plays over at picksandparlays.net, use that promo code CFL to save yourself 20% off whatever you get on the site. Wow. So rough night last night in Vegas. I actually have this queued up so we can show people.
Let me just tell you real quick. The whole month of July can go, as my wife's new saying, because you go tell people to F off. They can July can go F all the way off. Just to let you all know.
100% off.
All the way.
But this was us last night
at the link
in Las Vegas.
Parking garage.
Mm-hmm. That's real life, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah. Yeah, great. So happy.
Super
happy.
Duper. Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah. So there's that. Did you see the I shared another one. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It was at Circa and Planet Hollywood. Planet Hollywood, a whole pipe burst, a hole in the ceiling the size of like our bedroom, like a bedroom.
Right.
Just pouring down onto the table games. Like it looked like the hand of God punched through the thing and just
Circa?
And then no, this was at the Planet Hollywood. It's Circa. I'm trying to find out on Circa, the whole casino, the whole right here. Hold on 1 second. Let me share my screen. I got it right.
It was brutal. My backyard was flooding.
Yeah, so like
holy cow.
This is
make it big.
Yeah. That's at Planet Hollywood.
Holy crap.
It's pouring down. Yeah, so that was.
I hope they cleared those tables before that happened.
Yeah, there was another thing. Oops, take that out. I shared on.
J-Rex says that pipe burst just like my parlays with the Phillies run line. I had a bad day yesterday. I had too many good days in a row, so I was due for a bust. I didn't bust, but I was due for a crap day, and I had one. So there. What's up, Lex Steele?
I just stopped.
So I had one. What are you gonna do? I'm on a bunch of stuff today, but I just kind of went through and followed some line movement. That was what my jam was.
So the Circa, I'm gonna try and find.
I took them.
Circa.
Yeah, I hope. I haven't heard about any injuries.
Well, the pool is over top. The stadium swim is on top of the casino kind of thing, like underneath.
Yeah.
So what happens when? Here it is, right here. I'm gonna pull it up. When the pool overflows on top of the building floods. So I'm gonna bring this in. I'll make it as big as I can. And this is the Circa floor, like the sportsbook floor. Oh my
God! Yeah, me and Laterica were just
look at these two guys down here pushing with brooms and squeegees trying to get the water. That whole place is done.
Oh my gosh!
Like you talk about recarpet, there's some health code stuff and
whatever,
mold. So
I mean, luckily we're in a dry place, so mold isn't a huge issue for us. But I mean, in a place that big, it definitely could be.
I don't understand. The Circa's what? Less than 5 years old.
Oh God, it's like a year old, 2 years old. I mean, like
exactly.
As far as its full capacity goes, it's only like two. I want to say. I mean, we did the contest last year. The Guru did it the year before.
Maybe 3 years.
Yeah. Because they were building it forever and ever and ever. So, yeah. Wowzers.
Yeah. So there's that. So, yay. And my air conditioning decided to kaput last night at like 7 o'clock last night. And I was like, you know what? I'm just, Mandy, she's had it. She is done, and she would like
Mama.
she is she has hit the wall. We'll just say that. And she is she just wants to tell everybody that all the way off.
Craig says it's back open this morning already at Circa. Well, that's good.
Well, yeah, they got parts of it that are
guys?
open. I heard on the local TV anyway, they were talking about how the money that they would lose and all this, and I'm like, man,
everyone's on it.
You don't think
you're fine? Yeah.
They were down for like an hour, okay?
Yeah. Well,
No
not to
games
mention, I mean, I've been to the Circa Sportsbook, at least 20 times, and it's never packed because everyone's on their app. People just go there to buy into the contest.
Here's the other thing too. It's baseball season right now, so there's not a whole lot. Like once the last game is played, the casino sportsbook will shut down. I mean, you can watch some games, but they'll turn down, and so it's whatever. So I'm hot, I'm irritated, and I'm freaking broke. So I'm just telling y'all right now, tread lightly. Okay.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a shorter show today. There's only 3 left in the last Woody. I did do the Joe Madden Sports podcast this morning, so check that out if you haven't already. I shared it to my Twitter. It's on the Morning Woody Facebook page. Always fun with Joe.
That? How did that go? Yeah,
it was good.
Now I know why you graded all the last Woody standing picks so early, because you were up early. Because I went to do it for you.
8:00 this morning.
Yeah, I went to do it for you at like 8:15, and it was like, oh, she already do this? I'm like, she had to, because I filled stuff in. And then I'm like, oh, and then that makes sense now why you're
yeah, I'm up. I've already had one costume change today. I have a huge day today. After this is pretty bad. I know if it was beer running through the wall, I mean, I don't have enough cups, I'm
just telling y'all right now, there's a drink in Daddy's near future. I'm shipping the kids off to an aunt and uncle for the day, overnight probably, and me and Mandy, I got multiple AC guys coming out. If anybody in the state of Nevada knows an AC guy locally in Las Vegas, holla at your boy. I got a quote for $3,500 to rebuild and $8,000 to fix it brand new, put a new one in. So holla at your boy if you know any AC guys in the state in the Las Vegas, Nevada area. Because
hold on, I can text a few people actually.
I tell Mandy. I tell Mandy, I'm like, hey, everybody, I know somebody that knows somebody.
Everybody
That's
knows
how
somebody.
I grew up. I'm like, oh, you need a mechanic? I know a guy. You need this. That's why I asked you. I'm like, when we were, for my mother-in-law's celebration of life, I'm like, hey, anybody who rents a hall? You know anybody with a hall contact? Like, because I need a hall, like a VFW.
Yeah, I don't. I looked into that.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't. We found a really nice place though at not about 5 minutes from us though, and the lady was super cool, and she has the same name as my mother, and so that guy, felt that one in my soul. But yeah, so that's my thing. So how's your Friday going? Listen, I can't wait till Monday, August.
Humid.
I did take the lead in handicap 10 again. Yeah, see.
Oh, so she spent $5,000, and that's with someone she knew. Holy cowbells!
Yeah. So so that's where we're at in life. I did, like I said, I did. At least Sean Austin I can still kick his ass because I took over handicap 10 lead last night.
Oh, I knew you could do it. See, don't sell yourself.
We got today and tomorrow.
Don't let him do it. Stop it. Yeah. You stop it right now.
We got today and tomorrow, and I'm on the Mets and the Marlins. Nerfy, right? Mets playing the Marlins.
I'm on the Marlins. I took the Marlins today.
Well, I don't care as long as it's a Nerfy. Mets, Marlins, Nerfy, and the Mariners, Astros, Nerfy. So a 2-0 day, and it's locked up.
Beautiful. All right, well, let's go. So we do have a special guest today. It's Gemma from the Las Vegas Aviators. He has arrived. Let's bring him on in. Woo! Jim, how's it going?
Allie, thanks for having me on. Hopefully this is better than the other time when I tried to come on.
Right. Yeah, that was on the Almost Adulting show. We had some internet issues. It's all good. But I'm glad to have you back on finally. Yes.
Yeah.
So, Gemma, tell the people what you do.
Well, primarily the media relations director for the Las Vegas Aviators, AAA affiliate of the Oakland Athletics, and basically I'm the go-between with the players and the manager. I just got off a text with him because we've had our daily roster moves, it seems, but handle all that, handle the publications, the website. There's a lot involved, but when they make a long story short, during the season, when the team's at home or when the team's on the road, actually I just sent my game notes to Albuquerque, who we play tonight, and I'll be sending them their roster shortly. But, basically we're approaching 100 games. Tonight's our 96th game. We're playing 150 games this year. We've played 48 at Las Vegas Ballpark. We have 75 total home games. So baseball is just a crazy sport. It's a grind. It's not like any of the other sports. It's a day in and day out. Just got off the All-Star break, so teams 1-5 since the break. They have not had a good trip, but hopefully things will turn around. Reno's here next week, and Reno and Las Vegas are right in first place.
Tickets.
There, so. Yeah, just let me know.
We have two of our twins, the Earl Sports Bets. They work for Picks and Parlays. They're coming in town. Here's one of them right here. That's why I pulled them up. They're coming in town to buy into the Circa contest. So I was hoping maybe we could get tickets for them and Detroit Lenny and his wife and me and Josh, and we could all come and see a game because they are huge baseball guys and they're huge Mets fans, which used to be our minor league affiliate. We used to be Mets.
Well, the thing about
okay.
okay. I put something on my Twitter page today. Jeff McNeil had an old picture of him flipping a ball behind his back, turning in a double play. We had Jeff McNeil and Pete Alonso here on the right side of the infield in 2018, and it's a great trivia question. Pete Alonso was one of the best athletes I ever dealt with. Nobody knew him at the time. It was Peter Alonso out of University of Florida. He's one of the top prospects. He hit the last pitch in Cashman Field history for a walk-off two-run homer in the 2018 season. That was the last pitch ever at Cashman Field. Pete hit a two-run homer. If you probably can YouTube the video, it's awesome. That ended Cashman Field's history of AAA, and it was him of all people because he's a monster now. Everybody knows who he is now.
Yep,
he's kind of a big deal. Guy you ever want to meet too.
Really,
kind of a big deal, right? Yeah,
he's great. He's one of the greatest athletes ever dealt with, not because he's a great player. He's just a great person. Came from University of Florida. I could tell he was so media savvy. Even when he was here in Las Vegas, I knew they would love him in New York, and they do, as he speaks his mind. But he's a hell of a player.
Go on with it, Pete Alonso. I didn't know that. So Tim says Jed Lowry and Billy Bombs are playing for the Aviators right now. What's Daniel Mengden doing? Is he still there?
Daniel Mengden, I think, went overseas.
That makes sense, actually.
I think he was in Korea or something. Jed Lowry's actually with the Aviators on a Major League Baseball rehab assignment.
Okay.
So I don't know how much. I guess Billy Bombs, I guess it's Billy McKinney he's referring to. I'm not sure. But, anyway, sure. Jed Lowry's been with us for a couple of – I don't think he'll be back here. I think he'll be activated, I think, over the weekend. But we'll see. The A's are in Chicago White Sox this weekend.
Yeah. The A's have been a rough team
soon to be season. Las Vegas A's, by the way.
Yeah. So are we getting the A's or what, Jim?
Lenny and Allie, I'll be retired if and when we get a major league team here. So
that's what you always say. I don't want to hear that. No, yes, McKinney, he says. Billy
even McKinney. If it's sad and exciting at the same time, because I'm excited for baseball, but I'm sad you're retiring. So that's like that.
Well, no,
Jim, that doesn't work for me today.
I mean, it's not happening. I mean, not you, but an Allie. But
yeah, I know.
Some people in the media think it's coming a week from Tuesday. They still have 2 more years at the Coliseum on a lease. I mean, they could break it, but they're going to get sued. They have to play there until 2024. I mean, they're still trying to hammer out the Howard Terminal thing, but I keep asking the question: if and when we have a major league team, you have to build a retractable dome stadium, which the Diamondbacks have, because you can play with the roof open here in April and May and September. It's $1 billion, and I ask the question, who's paying for it, and I just get blank stares back. So we're not getting an Allegiant Stadium deal on this. We're not getting room tax public. It's not happening. Yeah. So. Again, that takes 3 to 4 years to build, even if you get everything in place. So you're talking even if it's not the A's, it's still 2026, 2025. Yeah, hopefully I'll be retired by then.
Well, that's fair.
Because I'm old, Allie.
I
I'm
really
old.
want baseball. I really
I'm
want
old,
to
so
hear.
We're all old.
Yeah, we're
I'm
all
old.
That's just it.
No, you're not old, Allie.
I feel like I'm old. I had my Jackie Robinson birthday this year. I'm 42 now. It's my Jackie Robinson year. So
Well, you're really young now. You're really young.
So I know that you work within UNLV football and UNLV basketball. Do you have any thoughts on like the upcoming UNLV football season?
Well, the only thing I do, I'm on the stat crew. I got the easy job in the stat crew. Tackle 32, tackle 25.
Tackle
That's
32.
what I do. I do defensive stats. So, I mean, hopefully they'll have a good year. I mean, they have great facility on campus now, the Fertitta complex.
Right.
They play in the nicest stadium in all of college football. I mean, who has anything like Legion Stadium? So there's really no excuse for not winning now. There just isn't.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it plays out. I mean, as far as basketball, in the off season, it's kind of a cool job. I just do talent stats sometimes for college basketball for CBS or ESPN or Fox. Sometimes it's UNLV, sometimes it's other teams. We have so many teams that come in here, so that's really fun to work. College basketball is great.
Yeah,
and
that's how we know each other.
Yeah, I did work some of the G League games last year, the G League Ignite at Mandalay Bay. I guess they're going to play all their games next year at Dollar Loan Center, so that'll be cool. So hopefully I can keep doing that. But that was fun. The G League's a great league. So many good players in that league, so that's always fun, all the college basketball that comes through here.
It's a great town for college basketball. It definitely is. We get a lot of really good tournaments. I just hope that our team, I just want us to be good again, man. I like Kevin Kruger a lot, though. I do like Kevin Kruger. I think our team has hope, but we've kind of got to wait and see. UNLV is one of those teams like
July
build you up to let you down.
No, Kevin was out here throughout the first pitch. We had Lindy LaRock out here in June. Lindy's the best for Lady Rebels. But Kevin, with the transfer portal, you can get good real quick. So I think Kevin is doing a good job. He won 18 games last year. I think they're in good hands with Kevin. The bottom line is if
Kevin
they start winning. Yeah, Andy Grossman. So
yeah, that's true. Okay, there it is, Andy Grossman. That's my connect. Okay.
Yeah. Boom. There you go. Everybody knows everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and I worked for UNLV basketball. Let me promote you, Kevin. Let me put you on the map. All right.
You're welcome.
Let me do that. Do you don't bet on sports, do you?
No.
Yeah, because it's against your job too, isn't it?
Oh, you can't bet on baseball, but I just, being from here, I just never really got into the betting thing. So that's probably for the best.
That's speaking of everyone knowing someone. My kid is a dog walker in the neighborhood, and I think I've told you this before, but there's a guy named Glenn who has a little dog, and anytime I run into Glenn, he's like, "How's Jimmy Gemma doing? Tell Jim I played baseball with his brother." Blah blah blah. He goes off and off about you. We're always talking about knowing each other. Yeah, but he played baseball with you or your brother or both of you, and every time I run into him,
he played baseball with my brother in the 70s, so. That's how long.
Oh, he's an old guy. Every time I run into him, he's like reminiscing about the old days.
Yeah, well, yes. That's when Las Vegas, I can't believe how big it is now. Even when the Las Vegas Stars first got here in the early 80s, this Cashman Field was built the same time Thomas and Mack Center was built, and Lawler Event Center was built up in Reno. It was all built on slot machine rebate tax. And the town was just so small then. You never would have believed be sitting out here at the Las Vegas ballpark. As I was growing up as a kid, there was a road trip coming out here. As everything stopped at Sahara and Rainbow.
Yeah.
You can look as far as the eye can see. It's crazy.
I remember the Spaghetti Bowl getting built, and it was like the biggest deal, building this Spaghetti Bowl that took like 150 years to build it. But I remember all that getting built.
They're still doing construction on it.
Yeah, they're still working on that project. Still working on that project is what they're doing.
Never-ending cones.
Yeah,
yes.
No kidding.
Ain't that the truth?
So one thing I've been really excited about in the big leagues is watching players like Jorge Mateo, who was a Las Vegas Aviator. Now he's a Baltimore Oriole, or Sheldon Noisy, watching them go out. And Nick Martini had some good runs there. I'm loving watching our little guys go out. And one of my favorite things about my job was watching the big players come in, like Stephen Piscotty. You know, when he would go, it feels like he's always injured. Like he just plays for the Aviators. He's not actually an athletic. Who are some of the Aviators players that have really impressed you in the big leagues now?
Well, the year you were doing MLB Game Day is Sean Murphy, the catcher.
Oh, yeah. Love Sean Murphy.
Meteor, Sether in 2019. So those kind of are two marquee guys that are still with the A's.
Right.
Yeah, for sure, Sean Murphy. Yeah.
What's going on with the A's? What is the problem? Why are the A's? I mean, they swept the Astros, but that's pretty much the highlight of their entire season.
Great.
What is the problem with the A's right now?
Well, I mean, obviously they traded Matt Olson and Chapman and Minaya, and I would think Montez would go before the trade line on Tuesday. I'm sure a lot of teams would want him. So they have a good minor league system. They're building it back up. Shea Langoliers is one of their premier catchers in all the minor leagues. He came over from the Braves in the Matt Olson trade. So they got some pieces that they can get good real quick. So we'll see how it all plays out. I think it's all going to matter also when and where they're going and where the stadium's being built. Then your payroll all of a sudden can skyrocket up. And the A's have been in Oakland since 1969. You would think hopefully lost the Raiders and the Warriors went up to San Francisco. So we'll see how it plays out. Because they do have a good fan base, regardless of what people say.
Yeah, I love the A's. I really do. Like, it's not just because I worked for them, but they're kind of that underdog team that you want to get behind them, and you want them to get stuff done, and it just seems like they're always on the other side of the coin. The other side of the coin. It's one of those things. I forgot.
Their front office does a great job. So we'll see how
it's a great organization. I was just talking about when I met Dave Stewart in the press box. That was one of my highlights of working in the press box. Dave Stewart came in and sat for a couple of days evaluating players. And it was like one of the most disheartening things I ever heard. Some play had been called and it wasn't exactly correct, and the error didn't go to it. I remember Dave Stewart looks down the line of us in the press box and he goes, "Once I don't get paid to watch baseball anymore, I'm never watching another game again. This game has changed so much." Do you agree that the game of baseball has just changed so much it's not even recognizable compared to when Dave Stewart played?
When Dave these shifts and we're trying to speed up the game. I do think we are going to get the pitch clock in MLB next year. Regardless of what anybody wants to think, the pitch clock's working now. It's cut games down here in the minor league almost by 30 minutes. So that's not a bad thing. So it changed. I don't know what they're going to do with the shifts. I mean, I don't think there's going to be shifts next year either in Major League Baseball. So that kind of gets things back to normal, so to speak. But we'll see if those two key elements, if they're going to adopt those back not adopt them back, but have those in the big leagues in 2023.
Yeah, lots of changes, lots and lots of changes going down. Well, goodness. Well, thank you so much, Jim, for coming on the show. I really appreciate your time and your information. And I'll definitely be hitting you up for tickets for next Thursday also. But thank you so much for coming on. We'd love to have you back on it. We just had Steve Cofield was on 2 weeks ago. Adam Hill was on last week. We had Matt Jacob from the press box on the show. So Jim Gemma was just the next perfect person to come on, tapping into our aviator people, my Las Vegas people here.
Right. I love it.
Yes. So thank you so much for coming
Jim.
on.
Thank you so much.
Have you back on again soon.
Stay safe in this weather out here that we're
Thanks,
having.
Alan. That's funny.
No problem.
Yes.
See you later.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care.
All right, Jim Gemma, everybody.
Like
yes, thanks, Jim, says Tim, says Rye Cape. Perfect. Happy Friday to you too, Tate the Great. You hate the shift? Why do you hate the shift? How do you feel about the shift, Lenny?
I don't like the shift. I just don't know. I just don't like it. I like just play the position. Just play where
That's
you're
fair.
at.
I mean,
If
but
the
is
guy
it
can
worth-
hit it, and I have mixed emotions. Like if you do the shift as a batter in the major leagues, bro, put one in the gap. Like the whole left side of the field. If you're batting left, if you're batting lefty, you can't put one to the left side or, vice versa. Or, you know what I mean? If you're batting right-handed, you can't put one up the right field line. I don't know what to tell you. Like, be better.
Just be better. Do better.
Do
be
better.
better.
Do better.
I get that. I mean, but I see it as
I'd
part
be a
of
terrible
strategy.
manager
Like
in
in football,
baseball.
all your little guys are lined up on your little line, and then all of a sudden they start moving around to do other things before the play starts. I mean, isn't that kind of a shift?
It is 100% a shift, but that's the difference between them shifting 5 feet and these guys are shifting 30, 40 feet. That would be like equivalent to all of the NFL secondary safety linebackers all moving to the left side of the field. You're going to tell me you can't run to the right? You can't get around the edge and bust one for 15, 20 yards? You know what I mean? So, that's why the NFL doesn't shift that. I mean, they'll go heavy one way, but they stay between the hashes on the field. So, if they go on the outside, in the outside part of the hash, and they're between the hash mark and the sideline, all over there, obviously they're going to run to the other side. I mean, that's just sense.
Right.
I
get that a major league hitter should be able to adjust. Tim says he hates the shift. Second base should play in the infield. I guess it just doesn't bother me that much because it's not like an every batter thing. It's just every so often that guy comes up, everyone moves over. We go through an at bat. Uh-oh, shit. Look alive. Clean something.
You know what? This is what you get with me today. I'm hot, I'm irritable, and I'm sweaty. So I'm not going to look alive. I'm not going to sit up straight. I'm not going to shake today. I'm going to take like 5 showers.
I think if you live in Vegas, you should have like a backup air conditioner just in case.
Yeah.
It's called casinos.
Thanks for letting me know now.
Let's go to the casino.
At least one of those room air conditioners just so that Lenny.
Don't be surprised if Power Hour isn't done from sponsored by the Santa Fe Casino down the street because I might be in that bad boy by the end of the day.
Now you guys were talking about the shift, and I had to jump in because I can't stand it.
What's your thoughts on that?
I just can't stand it. I can't stand it.
I can't stand the shift.
To me, I think there just should be you have to have so many players on each side of the infield.
Right.
I think
I have no.
Obviously, I think players should be able to adjust, but they haven't because this shift has been around since what? Really, Barry Bonds days, right? That's when the teams really started doing it, and then now it's like everybody does.
I guess I don't. It's like J-Rock said. It's like I just don't have an issue with it. Like it doesn't bug me. I don't care one way or if you want to take it away, take it away. I don't really see why, but apparently some people do have issues with it. So I just didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Well, I think if you want to, you want more runs because I think more runs equals more viewership. To be very honest,
right. This is a great thing. Want to hear something funny? My brother says he can hit baseballs in the majors if he practices every day. I'm like, dude, they're professionals that practice every day and can't hit the balls. That's a very, very good point.
Well, just think about it. If you hit 300, 3 out of 10, you are the best in baseball, basically, consistently. Yeah. So, I mean, imagine if we hit 3 out of 10, no one would be watching us.
I'd hit 4. My kid has a thing, he played basketball in a league this year, and he's got a thing with missing. Like if he misses a shot, he can't believe he missed it. I'm like, take a look at Curry's stats. Like he might have 30 points, but he went 12 for 35 to get there, whatever the math is on that. Yeah. He missed 25 shots to get those 30 points, and it all kind of comes out in the wash for you.
Michael Jordan hit I forget how many game winners. It's a ridiculous number, but it's he's also missed a bunch of game winners. No one really talks about the one.
Nobody talks about those.
Right. Because you're going to miss. You're going to miss more than 50% unless you're shooting, unless you're dunking every time. I mean, you're going to miss 50%.
Well, that's what I do because I'm built for dunking.
Yeah, you're aerodynamic.
Dunking Oreos.
So that you're like a rocket ship.
Yeah. You got
bring a house down.
You are going to film when you burn the White Sox shirt, right?
That's I've decided. Okay. So we talked about this on Game Time actually yesterday, the day before. what I'm going to do is when Nick and Tim are in Vegas next week, we're going to do a TikTok. I'm going to burn it in the street, and we're all going to eat Oreos and dunk them in the glass that Take the Great sent me. He sent me, I almost dropped it, a rocks glass that says, it's got a Spartan emblem on it. It says go green, go white, and it says Detroit Lenny on it. You can't really see it because it's glass, obviously, but
You got to
fill this full of milk. We're all going to dump our
liquid
Oreos in there, dunk them, and then we're going to light that bad boy. And then you're going to flip your cigarette in the middle of the street and light that bad boy on fire, and the four of us will be on a TikTok. And it's going to be, we're all going to be TikTok famous.
I feel like when Nick and Tim are here, you know how we were talking about safe words yesterday? I had the idea, I'm like, Thursday night, like 1 a.m, we should just all blow him up with safe words. And be like, Lenny, you got to get me out of here. These assholes are driving me crazy. And they'll be like, Lenny, she's a crazy bee. You got to get us out of here. We're going to
listen, I'm tell you what, when Lenny goes to sleep, Lenny's phone goes on silent. And
that's a good call.
Good luck waking me.
When are you coming, Craig? When are you coming out?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure yet. I'm still trying to work out the scheduling, and we'll see. I think, like you speak of Oreos in Vegas, there's one place that's no longer in Vegas. It was called Mermaids. I don't know if anybody went there.
I remember Mermaids.
Deep fried Oreos.
Deep fried Oreos. Yeah. It's where Circa is. That was where Circa was. And Circa should bring back a Mermaids restaurant with like deep fried Oreos. Because I would go down there every trip, and I had to, you go in there, you drop $20, you'd get your deep fried Oreos, and it was like your Vegas trip was complete. Now I can't do that.
No. Well, see, for me, every time somebody comes to town and visits, and they go down to Fremont, I got to hit the Coney Island at the D, because that American Coney Island is only two. There's only two in the world, and the other one is downtown Detroit, and that's like a home meal for me, just a coney dog, loaded coney, onions, all that.
I've had it many times.
So I go down there. I'll park there because I can fat guy move. I want to walk as little as possible. So I'll park at the D, walk through the casino, get a coney, eat that while I'm meeting somebody down on Fremont, and then on the way out, I get one to go too. Because
get another one.
It's a hot dog, and who doesn't have room for a hot dog? So
Josh moved his house, and now when I drive to his house, there's a Wiener Schnitzel there, which is like a chili cheese dog place for anyone who doesn't know. And I have to go I have to go a different way so I don't pass the Wiener Schnitzel, because I will stop at Wiener Schnitzel. Will happen. And in college, when I was super obsessed with it, my friend Josh, a different Josh actually, told me, he's like, Allie, you're kind of getting a chili cheese dog ass. And I was like, what? So I had to cut off the chili cheese dogs, but now I've got like a new thing going on. It's
on every corner in Cincinnati, like Skyline and Gold Star. No, Skyline is and they're called Skyline and Gold Star. That's Cincinnati chili and Coney dogs.
With the cinnamon.
Coney dogs like in Detroit. There's mom and pop Coney Islands like everywhere. They're like gas stations. They're like
all right. So
everywhere.
Donna, we are going to be doing some halftime shows for the big ones: Thursday, Sunday, Monday. All the big ones, we're going to be having your cast of characters here at Picks and Parlays. We will be doing them live. Working on a sponsorship.
It's the nicest thing he said to me all week.
Sponsorship comes through too, because then that will mean some hopefully free money and free deals for everybody, which is always nice. Yes. I want some in-game deals. Like I want lower juice or something, because the one thing about in-game plays, I don't know if you play them, you pay more juice. You pay that extra 5%. So it starts at minus 115 instead of minus 110 at almost every book. So I'm hoping I can negotiate for everybody a pick some parlays only where we get it at minus 105 or minus 110, because if you save juice, you save money.
That's true.
That's a beautiful thing.
And you don't pay juice on winners.
Nope. I usually, if I'm in playing, I'm trying to plus money something.
Sort of, you do.
I mean, it depends. Yeah.
Because if you didn't pay juice, 100 would pay 100 instead of 100 paying at minus 110 paying 91.
Right.
You are paying it, but
chili cheese dog ass ain't bad a thing. Like a wagon you're dragging. I'm just
like
saying.
the wagon you're dragging. I love that.
What do they say? Junk in the trunk is not a bad thing.
Yeah. I tell Mandy that we were outside. Poured down rain last night. As you see my TikTok I made, we were dancing on the sidewalk in the rain because she's like, oh, I always wanted to dance in the rain. I'm like, come on, babe, I'll come outside and dance with you in the rain. She's like, for real? I'm like, it's raining. I'm not gonna belt. I'm not built that sweet. It's cool.
Well,
so
you are.
I am. I know you do.
It's
I know
every exception to every rule, right? So that was the exception.
I had
you
a
melt
hat
in the
on.
rain, but it only rains once a year in Vegas like that. So
it was bad last night.
It was a lot. I mean, it was like there was a strobe light in my backyard. It was that flashing.
I have some
the circus stuff is I mean, the
nuts.
videos are nuts. And I saw Derek Stevens quote this morning that said that it's all like everything's good to go. I'm like, how in the heck did that amount of rain? Like, how did you get it to go away? But in Vegas with money, anything's possible, I guess.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. I'm guessing that
I got no money, Craig. So
no money.
You got no money.
You didn't bet. You didn't bet with me last night. I mean, come on. We could have double money.
I should have.
Well, speaking of the White Sox today, don't you think the A's at plus 170? I mean, Lance Lynn has. Someone said the White Sox wouldn't trade Lance Lynn. I'm like, I would trade Lance Lynn if I was the White Sox for nothing at this point.
I'd trade Lance Lynn for a bag of peanut M&Ms.
Right, he's been terrible. They'd be better off. They're like, well, we think we can win the division as we have our team now, as it's currently constructed. I'm thinking, not if Lance Lynn makes a start every 5 days and he keeps up what he's doing. Now, maybe he gets better with time. But I think today you take the A's at plus 170. A's have won 7 of their last 10. Swept the Astros. I mean, this is a team that's starting to play well. And, I mean, who doesn't like a plus 170?
I like the Royals. Just throwing it out there, folks.
I kind of like the Royals too, actually.
It's a gut play for me.
Right? Bubich and Cole.
Yeah,
I kind of like that too.
No Major League Baseball team should be favored by minus 300 or above.
I mean, no, they should be favored, but no bettor should take that wager.
No,
fair.
That's the
on paper
betting $4 to win $1.
So I saw someone post a parlay today, and it was like all the big favorites today, including that, and I'm like, why? Like it. I mean, it helps a little bit if you add that to your parlay, but it's not like it's not a huge help. Why bet it? Like it's.
Yeah, I thought my Tigers were going to actually win yesterday for a second, and then I was brought back to life. But
how about
they did
the Marlins?
Tiger things?
I like the Marlins as a slight underdog today.
I bet the Marlins already today. I just kind of was going off line movement also, but I already bet that.
I do like the Marlins today.
They were plus 120 when it first came out, and today it's like they're like plus 105, plus 110. So
I got them plus 105. Joe Madden liked the Diamondbacks on the run line today when I was on her show. That's what she was digging on.
So the Arizona Diamondbacks have been on my Christmas card list all season so far. So
I can't get behind Bum. He's like he's a bugaboo.
I don't do today though, and especially what's his name?
Doesn't go
Kyle
deep,
Wright, Kevin Wright.
Like I hate starters that are probably only going to go 4 or 5 innings against a better team because it's like the bullpen eventually is going to get stressed out and give up runs. So that would be the one thing there. But I mean, hey, anytime you're getting plus 1.5 at even money or better, it's like. It's hard to pass up because if you look at the stats in baseball, there's half the games are won by 1 run. So
that's why I don't lay runs. That's my whole thing with laying runs with home teams. Like it's really hard because that's what games come down to. I just took the Royals plus 2.5 at minus 105. And then I might sprinkle that money line.
Plus 2.5.
Plus 2.5. How crazy is that?
And even money? Why wouldn't I? Yeah. Let's go. Let's do it.
The one thing I'm not a huge fan of is like when you take a plus, I mean, what are you getting, a plus 280 if you bet on money line?
It is I just lost 290, yeah.
So you're taking a 290 and making even money. It's like, I think either the Royals probably win.
Yeah, but I get 2.5 runs.
I just think the Royals either win or it's not close.
I love it. I think they either love.
That's fair.
Yeah. But yesterday, thank God Craig Trapp wasn't on Game Time Decision yesterday because we actually won a squad bet. No jinx. Craig Trapp. He came on the show. Allie. And ever since Craig come on the show, we've been with the squad bets. So we're blaming Craig Trapp. Yesterday we had, for sure. Yesterday,
hey, did you guys tell everybody about the really big news?
No.
It's Christmas in July, folks.
Oh, that's right.
Go over to picksandparlays.net. Pick any expert, $5.99. Rest of 2022. That's all levels of play, all sports included. That's the cost of 2 months. So you're getting an extra 3 months for free, and it's good rest of July. So make sure you get that over at picksandparlays.net. Check out your favorite expert. Everybody's up with that $5.99 special. So what did our I was in and out because I'm here in Cincinnati with my daughter this weekend. Did we get a bet from Mr. Aviators?
No, Jim
No.
does. He's
Jim-
not. He's contractually not allowed to bet.
Well,
I remember the day, like
his
in the
bet?
press box, like, everyone gets to the press box, you eat your free meal, and we're kind of all going over our bet. This is when Kurt Alexander, we worked together there. You go over your bets, and one day we get there and there's a sheet of paper in front of everyone's sheet, and it's like, the Aviators employees are not allowed to bet on sports. If you are caught betting on sports, blah, blah, blah will happen. And we read to the bottom and we look at each other. I go, well, I'm an independent contractor. Like, I don't work for the Aviators. I'm an independent. This doesn't apply to me. But yeah, Jim is definitely not allowed to bet on sports.
What is his? He's
like player personnel kind of guy. He's the
He's
guy.
the
He's the
director of
go-between
operations of media.
Yeah.
He kind of runs the whole shebang over
So what's
there.
going
He's
to
the
happen
guy
to the
between the
Aviators?
GM and the manager.
So what's going to happen to the Aviators when the A's move to town?
Well, he says that's not going to happen until at least 2026.
Right,
So who
right.
knows?
I mean, they
Yeah.
got to build a stadium, so that's a long time away. But
Yeah.
And find
they're
a team.
obviously not going to have a minor league team and a major league team in the same town. I don't think that's
Well, I
ever
don't know
happened.
why not.
Great.
We have all kinds of things in the same town.
Who?
Well,
Name
they don't
one-
do that.
Name one
in
minor
Ghana.
league team that's in the same
Yeah,
town
they
as
don't.
there.
They'll be.
I'm just talking about other sports. No, I
Right.
don't know. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah,
the
no.
answer to that.
Well, actually, the hockey. Hockey's going to have
biggest Golden Knights.
right.
yeah,
they're
the
gonna have a
Knights and the
minor-
Silver Knights.
But I meant the
Yeah.
Major League Baseball. They're almost
MLB
always
doesn't
in
do that though. Like
Yeah.
the Tigers and Toledo would be, I think, like probably one of the closer ones because that's like a
the
4-hour
Mariners
drive,
in
couple-hour
Tacoma.
drive.
Well,
'cause
Cincinnati
I think
has
Tacoma's
their
not far
minor
out
league
of Seattle.
teams.
Rickett.
Two of them are Dayton and Louisville. So one's an hour, one's an hour and a half. And I
Right.
think
So
Chattanooga's the
yeah,
other
a couple
one.
hours away, stuff like that.
That's normal because you try
Yeah.
to make them so that you can get there within an hour.
They can play that
flight.
night. Yeah.
But
Oh,
I
the
mean, to
Phillies
me-
minor league teams are local to Philadelphia. Thank you, Rye Cape, backing me up there. See, it
Are they?
happens. It's
Okay.
out there.
Well, like I said, local, like an hour away. But
Maybe
like,
that's why the Phillies suck so bad.
But the Aviators would be downtown, or the A's would be downtown, and to that stadium out there at Red Rock. That's what 25 miles.
20. That's a
38.
less than
That's
30
the
minutes.
Mariners in Tacoma, 38 miles.
38
Mets is
miles.
in
Yeah.
Syracuse.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of far.
Yeah, about 30 minutes
done
from
all I can
downtown
do here.
Summerlin to
Oh,
depends on where they put it on the strip too. You know,
minor
so,
league baseball is one of the biggest jokes, and it's like, oh, AAA isn't even the best form of baseball. Actually, most of the really good players are in AA now. It's like a lot of times
Yeah.
they go from double straight to the majors. It's like, why don't we revamp this and just get two form? Like I don't know how you get rid of half the league, or a third of the league, but just have AA and AAA.
Leonard, do you like the BC Lions?
yes.
I know
Do
you
you?
always do. He
And
Last
cashed the
night, did
teaser
you-
yesterday. If you
did
guys
anybody watch
tailed Lenny
yesterday?
on that teaser,
It's
you
the
watch
only
yesterday?
Lions I have that has a winning record.
Did you see the game last night?
No,
The
I saw the
Alouettes?
last minute.
So they
of
came
it.
all the way back. They
Yes.
get in range of, if they score a touchdown, it goes to overtime. If they make the extra point,
Which I was pissed because I had the under 54 and I'm yelling, "Don't tie it up!" I'm
and
yelling
they
at the TV.
they
My
knocked-
wife's
they
on
had
the phone
a-
with the AC guy.
they had a hit on the quarterback at the, like an illegal hit. The spotter made the quarterback come out even though he was okay. They put the backup in. He throws an interception with 8
Throws a pick at the 1 yard line. Boom, done.
and like guy was clearly okay. I don't know all the rules of CFL compared to the NFL as far as these spotters are concerned. I don't know if you can call a timeout and like get them checked out, but to me, like somebody that had the other side was like, "Hey, call down and pull this quarterback because the backup is going to be terrible." And it wasn't even close. I mean, he threw it right to the ball.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, there was like 3 guys that could have picked that ball.
Yeah,
You know, and they were
I mean-
like, "You do it. No, you do it. All right, I'll take it." And the guy was like on the 1 and game over. It was very happy. It was a nice little, minus 110 cash. on that
Hamilton has
teaser.
not. That's only their second home win this year. It's like every game they find a way to try. They've been up at home. It seems
Tiger
like
Cats can't they
can't
just
finish
can't
games.
finish.
Yeah, they didn't
can't
score at
finish.
all in the fourth quarter and still won, and covered, which is
Unbelievable. I do like the Lions against the Rough Riders tonight. It's a pick 'em is where I see it. Minus 110-ish.
anytime you got. I don't know if you can go against a team called the Rough Riders though. That's my thing.
But
That
they're
was
the
almost the
Lions.
Houston Texans. When the Houston Texans were trying to pick their name, it was like a citywide vote we got to do. And the Rough Riders were one of the options with Texans. And I think Raw Dogs, like the Raw Dogs or something like it was like some really, like everyone could submit names and whatnot. And thank God we got the Texans. Let me find out I root for the Houston Raw Dogs because that's never going to go on a t-shirt.
The CFL teams do have great names though.
First of all, I would
it's part of the fun. Same with like the basketball tournament and the big three. Like the names are part of the fun part of it. They ran out of Labatt's Blue on the sidelines, which they use as smelling salts in the CFL.
Like where they name it after like the TBT tournament where it's like played for a couple $1 million and it's like Bayheim's Army and like like all the
gutter
great,
cats. There's like the gutter cats.
Like I really like it's creative and I think that CFL. It's like they got full stadiums, but it's like it's not a whole lot of excitement. I don't know if you've watched. I've watched almost every CFL game I can, and
they're slow.
They're packed.
They're Canadian. When have you ever met an exciting Canadian?
I guess
they're
they
all
don't
pretty
have
like
anything
mellow and even
else.
keel.
Yeah, man, they must. There's something in the water there that they just mellow people out or
It's
something.
healthcare. They just have. They don't stress out about healthcare, so they're just calm.
I don't know. I don't know. It's like part of the problem is it feels like the fans are a million miles away from the field. Like I don't know.
It feels very soccer fieldish. Like they're like
because the field's big. The field's bigger.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just weird.
110 yards. I mean, their center. I was telling Mandy last night watching that game last night and the Tiger Cats game, and I'm like, she goes, why is there a 55 on the field? I go, that's their center field. That's midfield. And she's like, I thought it was a 50-yard line. She goes, there's two 50-yard lines. And I'm like, yeah, because they go 55. And she's like, and then why is their end zone so bigger? And I'm like, why is the goalpost in the front? And all this questions.
Like a 50-yarder is like, it's all messed up because I'm trying to figure out, at the end, like how far is a field goal? Like, okay, how long is a 50-yarder with the, the goalpost up? I can't even figure it out. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's easy in the NFL. It just had 17. It's 7 yards back from where the ball is spotted, 10 yards deep in the end zone, bang, boom, pow. I can do that Detroit math, but CFL, metric system, I don't know where it's at.
I like the thing where if you miss a field goal, the guy catches it, he can run it back.
I do like that.
I do like that. And that's what moving the goalpost up and then having that deeper end zone, you get a lot of returns, and they're super exciting because, of course, you got a lot of big guys like myself trying to run down this little returner.
And big field, more room, more space, more opportunity to make moves. So you get a lot more excitement as far as that. But CFL is like watching arena football outside to me. It's like not very good talent, not too exciting. There's a whole lot going on, and there's rules I don't understand. And I just want to make sure
you're going to see guys Like I'm like, I'll know some of these guys from college football. Like Zach Collaris, I do know him. He's one of the starting quarterbacks.
Right.
He played at UC, so I know him very well. And he's done very, very well for himself up there. But it's like, I know basically nobody other than from watching it week to week. So like,
I would love them to do like a Hard Knocks CFL version of something just to see how these guys interact and stuff. I mean, I know I've watched every episode of Hard Knocks ever on HBO, and I like when some of these guys. I like the stories. I like these guys that are borderline making a team, a practice team. And then this one guy, I think it was 2 seasons ago, he was like, "Well, he got called from CFL, like Alberta or something." He was like, and then he got there or whatever, and then he was like, "Nope," he had to come back, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I went there," and he was like Samoan or whatever. So he gets to Alberta. Different climate change, and he's in a hoodie and some jeans, and he's like, that's not going to work. It's like
they got to have the Browns guy on every year. Like, remember when the Browns I think it was offensive line coach. I mean, that guy was the best thing that ever happened to Hard Knocks, and the Browns.
Hard Knocks was awesome.
That was one of the best years. They should have just followed that guy around.
Now I want the Canadian edition, like Hard Knocks, eh? like that
I
edition.
think I saw somewhere
Soft knocks.
that the
Yeah.
XFL is planning on doing that. The XFL is going to have like a weekly, but it's going to be during the season, is what I heard. That the XFL is going to follow the teams around and then kind of cut it up as like a thing.
Hard Knocks started doing that with in-season.
It's the Colts this year, right?
The Colts this year, yeah. Which I'm excited to watch that too, because I think they could be a very good team this year. And
but it's going to be delayed.
We talked about that on Power Hour.
It's going to be delayed 2 weeks or 1 week, because they were worried about the balance of if something got out.
Right. I think it's week 2 or 3 they start, because the Lions start right before preseason. They do all preseason going up. So there's the 3 weeks of that or 4 weeks of that or whatever. And then,
the problem though, they never have teams that are any good.
Okay, they're about to change that with the Detroit Lions.
No, I mean that you're expecting.
Well, no, they had the Chargers a couple years ago when they did the Rams and the Chargers 2 years ago, and they split it between, because they shared the stadium, so they did that. I mean,
yeah, but I mean they were like up and coming.
It was the year before they got Matt Stafford, so it was.
But
2
like
years
a team
ago.
like the Patriots would never allow him in.
Bill Belichick has never. No, he has his own
like
kind
the
of filming
Packers,
equipment.
I don't think they would ever allow them in, because I just don't see a team that is like, hey, we're one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl, allowing them in, because I think people worry more about getting away any secrets.
Buffalo. I'd like to see
exactly.
Buffalo on Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Or something
Josh
like
Allen
that.
is a character. I'd like to see the Chiefs, because they say Patrick Mahomes is a little bit of a character. I'd like to see.
Yeah,
and Andy Reid. We know Andy Reid's a character. Can you imagine just following Andy Reid to dinner every night?
Just mic him up during practices the whole time, and I'd watch that show.
Like Andy Reid. Where are we going to get dinner tonight?
Hey, listen. Tell that guy if he misses one more tackle, he's buying dinner for all of us tonight. Okay,
just me.
Yeah, right. He's taking me to the steakhouse.
I saw a podcast about a rookie. I think it was the Jets rookie, and I guess they have to take out their position players. The rookies have to take out. So he was a cornerback, and he has to take out.
Yeah.
And he said, and the guy's like, yeah, it's no big deal. I figure it's going to be like 10 grand. And the guy goes, it was like 3 ex-NFL players. And he was like, 10 grand. He goes, try like 50. He goes, they order like bottles of Cristal and, just to run the bill.
Totally kind of screw over the rookies. It's one thing, the haze. And I saw where, I think when Randy Moss, when he was hazed or something, they duct taped him to the goalpost or whatever, or something, they did that to some rookie and then, they make them get all the equipment off the fields at the end. I mean, that happened in high school, man. I mean, it's just funny, whatever, but you can go too far. But they're bringing guys out there that are, taking them out to dinner. These guys barely cashing rookie checks, 7th rounders and stuff that maybe they got some money, and dropping 50K tabs on them.
I know why Lenny doesn't have any money right now.
Because his air conditioner broke.
He's unloaded on the Detroit Lions. Every dollar he's making, he keeps putting a future on the win total. Super Bowl.
It's like how people buy Bitcoin. Yeah. Just every time you get a paycheck,
I'm still buying Bitcoin.
That's what Lenny does with the Lions.
They said the Lions have taken. I saw something on I think it was Action Network on their Twitter that said the Detroit Lions have taken more over totals, over wins than anybody else early action.
All right.
So when
I like the Jets over the 5.5. I thought that was a really good one.
I love the Jets over. But when the line came out, I was a little like, oof, I'm just so scared of it. And then I've been talking myself into it more and more. But then I did a power hour with Lee from ASA, and he had the Lions. And he's like, I'm so excited to do this with you because I know you're such a Lions fan. So we did the whole segment and everything. And he's like, anyways, long story short, he likes the over, right? And I'm like, oh my God, Lee, you're my new best friend. And he's like, I knew you would like this, and he made valid points. So check that out, Lee, on the Picks and Parlay YouTube.
I'm always worried about the teams that are getting the steam, though. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
yeah. Listen, if the Lions don't go over 6.5 total wins, it's going to be bad.
The good thing about the Lions is you don't expect
to be bad for all of us because we're going to have to deal with Lenny.
I don't want to bet the Jets. I don't want to bet the Giants. I don't want to bet the Bears. These are huge fan bases. The Steelers, they're usually already juiced up and maybe even higher because they know their fans. It's like Notre Dame football. Notre Dame win total is going to be higher. Alabama win total is going to be higher. These are going to get huge public favor. I don't think the Lions are getting wasn't public money coming in. as of early. So,
did you guys, speaking of Notre Dame, side note, did you see the unveiling
oh,
of their
that was great.
alternate?
And I'm a Notre Dame guy, so Bearcats, and
God,
then
poor
the
guy.
Irish because I'm a Catholic school kid. So,
Well, I'm Irish Catholic, and I can't stand that little leprechaun. So I'm just
let's just say Notre Dame.
I love the
Notre Dame is
amount of
pulling the
work they put
strings
into
of all
the
the
show.
conferences right now. They're like, hey, you want us? Hey, we want 75. We want extra 75. I mean, it's like
right.
Notre Dame is. I mean, the Big Ten's waiting for them basically.
Yeah.
My mom just got here, so I'm going to let you guys finish this because we're talking
Okay.
about things I don't know. And I've got free picks
Mama
in 20
Burns.
minutes here.
Mama Burns,
Huh?
see you later. Tell Mama
Okay,
Burns we say
bye.
hello.
Okay, I will. Bye, guys. Last Woody standing starts on Monday, guys. Don't forget, there's 3 left: James Mounts, Tyreek Wilson, and somebody else. So get your picks in today. No picks until Monday. Last Woody starts on Monday. Love you guys. Good luck. See you later.
We're gonna wrap it up too.
All right, Lenny. Last thing.
Yes.
Next week, Power Hour, we start talking some college football.
Yes.
I mean,
I am excited.
You know, like right now, I think someone said 4th or 5th is the Clemson Tigers. Like,
So are we gonna go like conference by conference kind of thing? Because there's I
we'll
just
break down
vote.
each
I want to
conference.
talk about the MAC and the Big Ten. I'm just
Well, we're
those are my
probably
2
gonna,
favorite conferences.
We'll probably do also some win totals as far as the individual, the big teams, the big probably
Right.
5 to 10, because
Okay.
obviously there's a lot to talk about. Like, you know, this year in college football with the NIL and the with the transfer portal being absolutely the biggest number ever transfer, especially without kids having to sit out. I mean, it's absolutely changed football.
Nuts.
Coaches changing like the NFL. You know, Riley taking his quarterback basically with him. And they get the best receiver in football as a transfer too, so it's like USC is going to be interesting to talk about. So,
when is the Sun Belt, Fun Belt, and Maction? Yeah, Fun Belt and the Maction action on Tuesdays is always a good time.
Well, we're probably going to cover all those conferences, but the smaller ones we'll probably do later because a lot of those you don't know who the quarterback is going to be. You know, like there's a lot of up in the air battles. Not saying there's not that at some of the like Clemson. We have a quarterback battle at Clemson. But most big teams, Alabama, we know who their quarterback's going to be. Ohio State, we know who their quarterback is. Oklahoma, USC, Texas, almost all. Well, I guess Texas has a little bit of quarterback battle. So excited to talk about all that. We'll be doing that. But don't forget Christmas in July. Lenny,
yes.
Don't spend your $4.99. I'll hook you up. Don't worry.
Oh,
the $5.99.
Jeez,
$5.99. Any expert, go over to picksandparlays.net. Go to your favorite experts page. Get in on that. All the way through 2022. So 5 months of picks in a couple days of all their picks, all levels.
I mean, obviously, college football right around the corner. We've been talking about that. But the NFL's coming up. Hockey's about to start. The NBA.
Thursday, the NFL Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, so you think about that, guys. For the 5 months, that just the amount of games and stuff you're going to get is the value. One thing we do preach on this show, every show that comes through Picks and Parlays and the Max Wager Network, value. And if I can't express enough how much value, you guys should be subscribing, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss anything. Free picks, shows, live shows. You never know. Craig's always got something that, I just wake up to surprises.
I got a few things up my sleeve still that hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
Like we said, we released one of them today. I think it's the first time I've said it on air, that we're going to be having a live halftime show between it might not be every Thursday, Sunday, and Monday, because if it's a really stinker of a game, we might not do it. But I'm going to plan for the majority of them, probably 95%.
Those key
we're going to
ones.
have. Yeah, we'll probably have 3 or 4 different experts that'll always be a different cast of characters and talking. And I'm working. The one thing reason why I haven't announced it for sure is because I'm working on a sponsor to try to get some reduced juice in game bets.
Awesome. Sounds good. I appreciate you stopping by, Craig. I'm going to bounce on out of here, pay some bills, and then you guys don't forget to check out Just Parlays with Chris King. He's up next. Other than that, also don't forget to, like I said, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Then BetMGM, their sportsbook promo. Don't forget to check them out. Up to $1,000 risk-free on your first bet. Use the promo code MORNING. That'll save you. That'll get you that $1,000 for the first free bet, or up to $1,000 risk-free. Picks and Parlay, promo code CFL, save you 20%. We just talked about the Christmas in July. Don't forget about that. So Craig just went over that. Other than that, guys, you know the drill. Good luck unless you're against me. I'm hot. I'm irritated, whatever. I'll see you guys later. Take care.